Within this video, I want us to cover a brief look at what project management is and cover some of the more known types of project management. So let's get started. So project management is basically contains two elements and then the definition to be more clear. The first element of project management is to know that a project is a temporary and requiring a start and end within a time frame. This means that the project cannot continue on indefinitely. Ideally, you want a start of a project and an end of a project. Therefore, you're going to have it completed within a certain time frame based upon the requirements and the ability to get those requirements completed. Which goes on to the next element. A project is providing a specific set of operations or tasks to accomplish a goal or multiple goals. Basically, what we are looking at is we want to have a scope or a specific outcome in mind. Then we will create a project to identify the initial sets that needs to be accomplished, and we can break those sets down to the individual task in order to accomplish those sets, and then ultimately the full project into fruition or completion. So with that and the knowledge of understanding, then we can easily say project management is simply the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques in order to meet the project requirements. Pretty simple. So essentially what we're looking at also is the ability for somebody to be able to, as a project leader or project management personnel, to acquire all of the necessary steps or bring in the people that would understand what needs to be accomplished in order to provide the goals, and then understand the scope, the cost of how it's going to be funded or accomplished, and then also the time. The three qualities that you're going to always find in a project management is going to be the scope of the project, the cost of the project, and how much time. Normally, in a general outcome, the more money you throw at it, the less time it'll take for completion. So the first one we're going to look at is the Waterfall Method. Essentially, the Waterfall Method is one of the older methods, and it's best in a structured or predictable sequence of events. In other words, if you know exactly what needs to be accomplished and you're not expecting anything to change, then the Waterfall Method, as an older type of method, was the better sequential linear stage. Another one is the Agile Method. Essentially, the Agile Method allows for pivoting on required changes. This kind of took over a little bit on the Waterfall Method, and you work in chunks or sprints. And notice it's more of a circular as you're able to change a little bit more flexibility than the standard sequential Waterfall Method. Following is the Scrum, which happened to follow the one prior. The Scrum method allows breaking down to smaller tasks and a little bit more versatility, as well as working much quicker. And this is also good for small teams, because then you can provide small tasks to those individuals to get it done a little bit faster. The Kanban follows it. The Kanban method is found in a factory style management, meaning that you have a specific request and progress and completion, all in a continuous flow. The streamlining task is reducing it down and basically getting it done. The lean method is basically similar to the Kanban, but it strips out even more so down to focusing on the specific process in order to accomplish what you're trying to get for the customer. Six Sigma is basically the method focusing on improving the quality output. As you notice in the graph, it's the measure, analyzing, improving control, and defining what needs to be improved upon. And again, the circular continues on and on. So these are basically the components or methods that are most notable in the project management, and the video is primarily to get you a little bit of an insight on project management and the available types out there.